This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
At SEC Media Days, where our coverage is presented by the Limbird Real Estate Group. And Dari Nowkah joining us from SEC Network and ESPN. Dari, appreciate your time today. I know it's really busy, but this is also partially what SEC Media Days are like, sitting down talking to random people talking football. How are you today?
I'm great, and talking to people in Arkansas never feels random to me. I love the place, and I love the people, so I'm good. Thank you.
Well, you got me, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, former Arkansas quarterback, been doing the show here with me for almost a year now. And I got to say, now Matt knew this because he's got a really good sense of international sports. When Kirby Smart started talking a moment ago about studying New Zealand's All Blacks, I'm like, oh gosh, now they're not going to lose a game for 100 years. Georgia looks, is this a team that could be as good as we've seen the last 2 years?
Oh, I feel like it is. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch. It was fun to watch Stetson, but it's going to be fun to watch, as Matt probably appreciates too, right? The textbook body of a quarterback, the big arm guy, the five-star kid, Carson Beck. I assume it will be the starting quarterback. So it's and then you've got he didn't. Last year, Stetson didn't have a Dominic Lovett, and he didn't have a Ra Thomas on that roster on the outside to throw the football to. It's almost unfair, I think, the weapons that they've got, and it's hard to imagine that Georgia doesn't do exactly what they've done the last couple of years.
Dari, I want to ask you an NIL question, and I think it's going to be good for quarterbacks that they'll stay in school a little bit longer. But when I'm looking at running backs, you have a guy like Rocket Sanders, you have guys that lead the SEC in rushing. How beneficial is it for them to still play? Can they make more money in NIL because they're not getting paid at the next level?
Yeah, as we continue to learn every day, right? The NFL backs are not happening, and they're not getting the money that they feel that they deserve, the devaluation of the position in the NFL. Why not? Absolutely. But Matt, so it's a balance between what? Like, there's only so much tread on a running back's tires, right? So now, do you want to wear that tread down playing more college football and potentially cost yourself a year or two at the NFL level? That I don't know, and that's probably going to be up to every running back to make that decision. But look, if you're a guy like Jarquez Hunter, Rocket Sanders, whatever it may be, there's a place for you on that college roster and making a heck of a lot of money in NIL, and it makes sense to stick around. But, everybody's ready to discount the running back when they get to like 30 years old. So that's just a balancing act they've got to figure out.
Well, in that situation, Arkansas is in a really good place, though, as far as running back goes. I mean, you got depth at that position, and that's what you got to do. You can have a star running back, but you got to have backups that can tote the rock. Yeah. Arkansas's got that. There's a few other teams across the SEC that do. The question for Arkansas right now is not, and I hate this term, I wonder how you feel about it, skill positions, because it feels like an insult to the offensive lineman. We don't know how the offensive line is going to shake out. There's a little question about wide receiver, but I think there's a lot of talent there. KJ's great. The running back room is great. I think they got good tight ends. The line is seemingly where the question is about Arkansas, at least offensively.
We had this conversation, I think, on radio not long ago, a few days back, because you said KJ's great, the running backs are great. I don't think there's a better QB running back duo in the league than KJ and Rocket. That's a heck of a good place to start. But, yes, you've got to be able to have time to throw. You've got to have gaps to run through. There's no question that it is going to have to start up front. They're not the only team with questions there. But, yes, it can be crippling. That and the defense. Obviously, much was made of them giving up massive play after massive play on that side of the ball. That's got to get fixed as well. I mean, there's questions around that Arkansas roster, but it certainly is not at the QB and the running back position. That's a luxury that a lot of schools, including those in this league, do not have.
Dari, what do you think has the best chances of happening? Texas A&M goes worst to first, or somebody other than Georgia wins the SEC East?
What has a better chance of happening? Okay, that's a great – I'm going to
Do you think Tennessee or South Carolina can beat Georgia, or do you think A&M has a chance? Yeah, what do you think has a better chance?
No, I would Matt, I wouldn't bet your money on A&M to win the West. So I'm going to go with somebody other than Georgia winning.
Fair
the
enough.
East. How's that sound?
I like it.
Well, there's dark horses. There's dark horses here, right?
There are, yes.
Tennessee's a
There
dark
are.
horse. Is A&M a dark horse? Because there's a feeling like they are the talented team that could not get over the hump, and they're just as, especially on defense right now. And then all the talk about Bobby Petrino, and he's a great offensive coordinator and everything like that. Are they a dark horse right now?
Yeah, I mean, yes, they are a dark horse. They set themselves up to be a dark horse by being a massive disappointment a year ago. So in a division where LSU and Arkansas are the clear 1s and 2s, and there's a battle between the Arkansas, Ole Miss, A&M, whatever it may be, to be 3, then, yeah, if you're not LSU or Alabama, realistically in the West, you're a dark horse. There's a lot of talent. We know that. I'm eager to see how the Petrino-Fisher relationship works. I'm eager to see are there dramatic moments between these two alpha dogs? Is it going to be what it can be? If it works the way Jimbo wants it to work and Bobby can do what Bobby does best and call those plays and design that offense the way he feels it needs to be, then they can absolutely be a huge success story in the SEC. But I kind of need to see A&M before I believe it.
I feel that way about almost every team in this league and maybe across college football because – well, in this age of so-called college football free agency, just think of the NFL teams that have dived into the free agent market and spent untold dollars and never came away, even with a division title. It's part of the story of free agency in the NFL. Can that be the same in college football? Like, look at Arkansas. They brought in literally an entire defensive unit, not just numbers, but the positions as well. I think they're going to be better defensively, but I don't know. And I think that's partially the nature of the sport when you bring in that many new players.
Oh, it's no doubt about it. I mean, it's completely different now than when Matt was playing and heck, even different than 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, it's absolutely. We're all going to learn over time where the portal is positively impacting teams, how to handle trying to predict teams, where the negatives can be from bringing a bunch of guys together. Heck, I mean, are we not eager to see what happens in Boulder, Colorado, where it's happened, more than anywhere in the country? Like, what is that going to look like? Hugh Freeze has done a lot of that at Auburn. What is that going to look like? So we're all like, this is all, it's new in the game. It's new to us that cover the game. And it's one of those great stories that I think we all kind of want to see play out. And in some places it's going to work better than others, and that's probably goes to developing talent, the assistant coaches, the position coaches, so on and so forth as well.
Last thing, because I think we got you just for another 60 seconds. This is the last year of what I might call college football BC, because AD starts next year with Texas and Oklahoma coming in and the shift of the Big Ten and the 12-team college football playoff. This is the last year. It's not college football as we know it, because it's only as we've known it for the last 2 years. But next year is really where the ball starts rolling.
I want, and I wish that was this year. This almost feels like a coach on the last year of his contract, and let's just see and he's going to retire. Let's just see how he does his last year, right? Maybe it was Dusty Baker winning a World Series, but then not leaving the game, sticking around longer. But we didn't know that at the time. Whatever it may be, it's like, let's just see it play out. But come on, man, who wouldn't want a 12-team playoff now? Who doesn't want OU and Texas over now? That's the future. Like, let's just bring, realistically, we have to wait. There's parts of it that are going to be painful to watch or to wait through, but, it's still going to be high-level, great college football, and I'm looking forward to getting it going.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.